looks like Tawanta's having some I was about to say financial difficulty, some technical difficulty. I'm a mess. And she's gonna be on in just a second. Oh, there she is. She just popped on. Tawanta, are you good? I'm just trying to get this hair together too. I didn't know the intro was gonna switch off that quick, but it's all right and it's okay. Tawanta, you good? Let me bring you on, sis, and let's see how it looks. Okay,
Hey, hey.
it looks good to me, love.
Hello, hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm hanging in there, trying to take care of one thing at a time, which I know is pretty much the same for you.
Okay.
But there's a lot going on to this week for us.
Yes, it is. Ooh.
Okay, that we've been telling you guys about forever. But I know some of you guys missed that opportunity, but there's another opportunity for next month. I don't know if you would like to talk about that right now, Tawanta. Go ahead, sis.
Yeah. So, guys, for Letitia and I have been, promoting this event because it's very dear to our hearts, and it's our Summer Breeze Self Care event that's going to take place this Saturday, and we are super duper excited about that. Of course, for those of you who wanted to come, unfortunately didn't have the opportunity to make that happen. That's okay because we have next month a self care event that's going to take place. The date is to be determined, of course, but at the end of the day, we're still going to share with you the title of that event and what it's going to consist of. And so for next month's self care, it's going to be called Color Me Fall. Ooh, color me fall, honey.
Ooh la
What does
la.
that mean? Well, it's all about color, of course. It's all about color. So we are going to pamper ourselves and trying out all the beautiful colors. And I'm wearing one color in particular, which is the berry couture.
Oh, that's pretty. That's real
Mhm.
pretty.
The berry couture. And we have so many other colors that I just cannot wait to share with you all. And if
Right.
you are like Letitia and I, that's all about makeup and fashion and looking
Oh, we love
divalicious and
makeup.
all that stuff,
Yes.
this is the self care event for you.
Hmm.
Absolutely. So we cannot wait to get that started. We'll talk more about it through the course of time. But yeah, get excited about that next event.
Yeah, we want you guys to get excited and sort of like tentatively mark your calendars. Like you could put something in your planner on August saying, hey, got to make sure I learn about the next sister to sister connection self care event. And why we do these self care events. There's several reasons why. I mean, we can go to endless reasons why, self care is so important. I just did a show before I hopped on here and did this show. We talked about that. We're really targeting teachers, and we were talking about how teachers need, because we're about to step into a new school year,
Yeah.
teachers need to start really thinking about self-care because things are going to be very hectic, things are going to be very
Oh
chaotic.
my goodness, yeah.
Yes, and it goes the same thing for you guys. You guys are stepping into a new time, a new season. The holiday season is right around the corner, and it's time for you to say, you know what, I need to do one thing a month for myself, just one day
Mhm. Mhm.
for yourself. And that's why, Tawanta and I created these self care events. And it's geared not just geared around just products alone, but it's geared around the overall experience that ties into many of the products that we featured during self care night. So you guys definitely want to make sure you attend. There's going to be tons of great conversations. You're going to be able to connect and fellowship with many, many other ladies. So make sure if you want to learn more about our self care event, head on over to bit.ly/ sister to sister connection. Get inside our tribe, get inside our movement, and that way you'll never miss the opportunity to attend one of our self-care events. Yes.
Mhm. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you're right about that as far as for next month because school starts for some states at the end of August. So
Oh
people are
yes. I think
early.
in California they start
Mhm.
on August 6th. I think it was
Oh,
California
really?
or Alabama. One of
Wow.
those. We was watching one of their news stations. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So school is
Mm-hmm.
starting soon, honestly, for certain areas or what have you. And so teachers, or administrators, this is the time for you to really start diving in and putting that self care as a priority for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we as women, we do not take that time to do that. And, you know, once school starts and once life starts, honestly, things are just, it's just going to get really hectic and busy. And especially, you know, with the new mandate and all those things in terms of with COVID and all of those things, you know, people are going to be extra cautious and careful and all those things as well. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so I just want you ladies to really take that moment and say, you know, how much do I love me?
Mm-hmm.
You know, how much do I really love me? I mean, when was
Mm-hmm.
the last time? I mean, because I don't even know when was the last time I actually had a pampering for myself, you know, and I deserve that, you
What
know.
pampering is you getting your nails done too? I mean, but I know what you mean,
Exactly.
like that extra extension of pampering. Because now getting our nails done is sort of like a routine. It's like, okay, girl, I got to get my nails done, but it's not
Hmm.
really like we don't consider it as pampering
Right.
as
Yeah.
some people do. It's just what we do. It's what we do.
It's what we do.
Yeah,
Yes.
so it's definitely encouraging for you guys to at least get inside now and learn more about. And we're going to be doing several other things inside the group very soon, but definitely to learn more about the next one. So this week we are not going to be doing Saturday show for this week because we're going to be hanging out inside of our movement, inside of our tribe during our summer breeze self-care event. So for those of you who signed up, congratulations! I can't wait to see you guys. It's going to be super fun. And next week, we're going to be having an amazing topic. And I know, Tawanta, if you could just, we're going to talk more about it next Wednesday or with the details of the topic. But Tawanta, if you could just introduce the topic for next week.
Yeah, the topic for the month, the beginning of the month of August, would be called Trash Talk is Fragrant.
Mm-hmm.
Trash talk is fragrant. What did I
Mm-hmm.
mean by that, honey? Well, trash talk, you know how people like to trash talk. They always got to, you know, try to, you know, amp up their game and saying stuff, you know, like, well, I'm better than this. I could do this, and,
Mm-hmm.
this, that, that, what have you. And sometimes, the words start, they have to eat up their words because it doesn't happen the way they talk about it.
Right, right.
But for us sisters, for us women, we need to start, that trash talk in regards to our identity or who we are as a woman. We're smart, we are talented. We got
Mm-hmm.
to constantly remind ourselves, and we got to trash talk each other. And I don't mean trash talk like we
In a
hear
bad way.
in the
Yeah.
streets, and
Yeah.
how we talk against each other. And I'm talking about trash talking each other, like, like, sis, you know what, you are the bomb.com,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
That's right.
you got it going on, okay, these kind of conversations, basically. So we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about that.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely this is an open panel where we are inviting you all to be a part of this. So you can also, give us your tips, or and your testimonies, if you will, about the trash talking. Of course, we hear it all the time, whether at your job, whether on the
Mm-hmm.
streets, whether with your friends and family.
Right.
But we need to change that negative habit of conversation and really start talking more in regards to healing and inspiration and supportive. You being supportive with one another.
That's right. And I love that topic because it goes to show that we gotta hype each other up. That's so
Absolutely.
important. And we also have to know to remove people who are unable to hype you up because
Hmm.
they're so negative. Like I just shared something earlier today with Therese, and what I realized that there are individuals that you come across
Hmm.
that puts themselves down. So they don't know how to hype you up. They don't know how to celebrate you. So it's like also I think us diving in and talking about what is the difference being around people who are celebrating you versus being around people who just want to have a one up on you. It's like
Yeah.
sometimes you're around certain people where you say, "Oh, I did this." It's like, "Well, I did this," and
Hmm.
it's like they sort of have to just one up you, and it's like you don't want to be around people like that. And
Yeah.
then you got those
Yeah.
people that know that they're negative, know that they're not doing much of anything with their life or business, and they're so vocal about saying it like it's some badge of honor
Right.
to say that. And it is like I cannot be me personally. My personal personality doesn't work around other people who don't know how to take action. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it doesn't want, and I don't like to be around women who are unwilling to make mistakes. I
Mm-hmm.
like to be around women who know that they're going to make mistakes, but they're just going to keep moving, keep going. They're not going to care that they fell flat on their face. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, girl, okay, I tripped, I fell. I'm just going to get right back up and keep walking because half of the world ain't doing nothing. You know, like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what this topic is also about as well.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and like I said, we hear trash talk all the time from people that just really, just want to amp themselves up to make themselves
Mm.
look important or feel important, or unfortunately, some trash talk other people and downgrade them,
Oh,
and
yes,
make
all the
them
time.
feel, this small or what have
Mm.
you. And there's
Mhm.
nothing fragrant about that kind of
No,
conversation
it's
at
not.
all. Trash. When you think of trash, you think of filth, you think of funk,
Right,
you think of contamination and all of those things.
right.
But when it comes to us sisters as women being positive and supportive, we change that odor, if you
We
will.
gotta change the
Yeah,
meaning
and
of it.
make it
Yeah.
more fragrant and more sweet, more more attractive, if you will,
And
right? And
also okay.
yeah,
Also okay
absolutely.
to commend and honor another person. To me, especially a black woman, I feel like we don't do that because we're like, oh, this girl's gonna get a big head, or she's gonna think she's all that, or she's gonna think that she's better than us. Like being okay with, I know some people that are not okay with giving compliments. It's like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
you got to say one negative thing, one bad thing about that person. That's not cool.
That's not cool at all. And I mean, honestly, and we got to break that habit. We
We
got to
have to.
break
It is a habit. It's a
it. Is a
cycle.
habit, absolutely. And even some people now, they make it as a joke. Like, how people talk like, girl, you so ugly, you need to stop
Hmm.
that foolishness, this, that, or whatever. And you're like, they laugh about it, whatever, but you should never say that she's so ugly, even though
Yeah.
you may be joking about it.
Right.
But
Right.
honestly, that young lady takes that very seriously, because you don't
Yeah.
know what she had to endure to get to this level of confidence for herself. And
Hmm.
for you to say that, it makes it feel like, okay, well, then I'm not beautiful, I'm not
Hmm.
attractive, and all of
Hmm.
these things. So yeah, it's a habit in our community and within our culture, and even within women,
Yeah.
and we definitely need to break that chain
We
once
have to
and for
do
all.
better. We just
We have
have
to do
to
better.
because our daughters are watching us. They're seeing how we're communicating with each other. They're seeing how we're interacting with each other. And it's so important that we watch our words and we watch how we treat each other as women, as mothers, as wives, and things like that. It's like, it's always that misconception of how we already are when we walk into the room as black women. Let's try to put a lot of those misconceptions to death, to the grave, and really start to highlight each other and honor each other and
Mhm.
respect each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing for me. It's like you got to see who's really in your corner, and
Hmm.
those who are not in the corner, you have to have a zero tolerance to their foolishness, which is something that I know for you, Tawanta, you adopted as well, having that zero tolerance for foolishness because we don't have time for it,
Yeah, right.
and that's
We
what it
don't.
is. Yeah.
We don't. And you know what? We also have to be careful too, even though we may say some kind things to people when they're in your face, or right in your presence, I would say. We also got to be careful when we're behind closed doors.
Exactly, because you never
Yeah,
know what's going to come back. You
exactly.
never know. It may come back, and the vehicle that Teresa's laughing because she knows what I'm talking about. The vehicle that was used to bring that information back was probably something you would not think was
Yeah,
going to use. Like you tell somebody something, and you think and assume like, oh, this person's not going to say nothing, and you never know that person
right.
does say something, and now you're looked at in a different light.
Hmm.
And I don't do so well with moving on for certain things. Like when I know somebody's crossed me in this business space, it's kind of hard for me to move on. Like I can move on, like go on with my day and my life. What I mean by moving on is like continuing to have correspondence with that individual. That part
Hmm.
is like, okay, if you burnt me once, that's it. I'm not going to be burned twice and look like a fool. So yeah, that's a huge thing right now for us to know that let's be women of integrity. Let's really say what we mean and mean what we say. And yes, there's going to be some times where we're going to, fall and get in our own minds and stuff. But we got to break out of that.
We really do. Yeah, we have to be be more sensitive to other people's feelings and to their profession. To their life. Period.
Right. Right. You're right.
And it's just sad that how we just constantly have loose lips and we don't restrain ourselves.
Right.
So yeah, this topic is just gonna, I truly believe is gonna be a very hot, very deep conversation, and I really hope that you ladies consider to be a part of this panel, because we do have it open for all of our sisters to come and participate in this. Letitia, if you could go ahead and just give them that information as to how they can participate in this upcoming conversation.
Yeah, so for those of you who want to join us on panel, guys, I think it's a great opportunity for you to be present and give your advice and your information and your encouragement and support on how we as women can start to celebrate each other in a consistent manner. So we do invite one and all to be on panel by just, all you have to do is email us at sister-to-sister-connection@gmail.com, and we would love to reach out to you and get you to be on the panel. All you're doing is literally having a conversation. It's as if Tamata and I were sitting in Starbucks or something, and we were talking about something. You came in and just said your perspective on it. That's really all it is. And I know sometimes people feel like, who am I to give advice, or who am I to say anything? No, what you can say can actually help another person. So definitely take advantage of and join us. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? And just like you said, Letitia, like, it's just sisters coming in at Starbucks or any place and just having a conversation. And don't you know, we trash talk when we come together?
We sure do. I mean, we trash talk.
We don't think it like that,
all
but we
those
do.
things. I think the biggest thing that I sort of get annoyed with is that we'll show up for the gossip. We'll show up for the tea. We show up for all the scandalous stuff. But when it comes time for you to show up and have a conversation that's going to help pivot a community, we want to make sure that you also know that you have to show up for that as well, and be more, and show up for things like that more often.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think definitely send us an email, sister-to-sister-connection@gmail.com. Our assistant is going to definitely reach out and connect with you and give you all the information you need to join us next Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for this conversation. But this Saturday, we're going to be hanging out inside of our Sister to Sister Connection tribe. So if you want to learn more about our next self-care events, which is going to be next month, August. Wow, this month went by fast. Woo! It flew. It flew. Oh, it flew.
Yes, it
did. Okay. Definitely inbox us at bit.ly/sister to sister connection. That is all lowercase. Okay. And join our community. Make sure you answer those 3 questions, because we do not let anybody in unless y'all answer our group questions. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
I'm super duper excited. And let me just do this. Let me do this real quick, Letitia.
Go ahead, Mama. Go ahead.
So like I said, August is going to be Color Me Fall. So we're going to learn a whole lot about different shades, different colors that are going to be prominent for this fall season. And so, of course, I have a couple of colors. Like I said, I'm wearing the Berry Couture, and I'm going to show you how it really looks. So this is what the Berry Couture looks like.
Ooh, very shiny.
See that? Isn't that pretty?
Yes.
Berry Couture. And of course it is much darker than it looks because of the lighting, but it's absolutely a beautiful.
That's the lipstick you wear when you be like, baby, give me $500.
Yeah.
So I just need $500. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. I just want to give me $500.
I just want the $500.
I just want it in my purse.
And this one here is the Apple Berry.
Ooh, that's my shade right there.
The Apple Berry. This is a delicious color, I'm telling you, and this works for all different shades of skin tones, y'all.
That's color you wear when you cussing out a Karen. Like, you got the right one today, bitch. I'm sorry. Boop, sorry. That's when you were dragging Karen out of Walmart. Talk about
you just dragging out of Walmart.
Yeah, you like talking about Karen. You did not check all the other people's receipts. When I come up, You talking about pull your receipt out? Really? I only got one thing. All I got is toilet paper. We didn't receipt for toilet paper. What if Vincent walked out with 2, 3, 4 carts of food and all kind of stuff? No bags.
Oh Lord Jesus, Lord
I'm
have
just
mercy.
saying.
But that's just giving you an idea. And of course, we got eyeshadow, so we're gonna play with some
Ooh.
eyeshadow
Oh, I
colors.
like that. Oh, girl, go pick it up now.
I got it. She eyed.
That's how
But
y'all know the shadow is durable. It was that cheap stuff, or would it just like poof?
so if you can see it, there it
Ooh,
is.
I like that.
Isn't that pretty?
That's pretty, girl.
Yeah. So I'm just, giving you guys
Show us more.
little bit of tease as to what to expect for our Color Me Fall event. So yes, I'm gonna have some lipstick shades. I'm gonna have some eyeshadow samples. I'm gonna have, some lip liners or what have you. And we're just gonna have ourselves a good old time. But more
Yeah.
importantly, like even for this Saturday, we do talk about some things. So not
Yeah.
only do we physically take care of ourselves and all of that, but we also have a good conversation because
Mhm.
it is a self-care event. It's
Mhm.
self-care meaning that we take care of our hearts, our minds, and our soul,
Mhm.
right? And a lot of us, we don't really take the time out to do that. So this event is something that, it's like, kill two birds with one stone, as they say. So we're
Amen.
getting this physical area taken care of, but more importantly, we taking care of the internal part of our life. And that's that
Mm.
heart, that mind, that soul, honey, because we cannot move
Amen.
forward into the new season when we got a lot of garbage going on in our spirit. So we
We
definitely need
can't
to
move
take the
forward
time
if you're
out.
going backwards now.
Yeah, and we definitely going to spew all of this out. And it's a private event too. So you don't have to worry about, your business being exposed, on any other social media platform. We are going to have a private event. So everything that we put in house, it stays in house.
Stays
So you
right
don't
there.
have to be concerned about that. What you say, well, people going to say something, or don't worry about it. It's a private thing. There's no judgment zone or anything like that. So yeah, that's why this self-care is so special to us, because it really does help us in all different areas in our lives. So we're there to support, to have
Mhm.
fun, to encourage, and we feel different once it's over. We really feel different.
Absolutely, we do. And people can argue and say, "Oh, why don't you record it? Why it has to be private?" Because
Yeah,
again, being
yeah.
the fact that we're in a virtual space, and you may be in a space where you just see these individuals for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
and on top of that, when you're doing like fellowship, I don't know if you've ever been in a, I know you have, but I'm talking about the audience,
Mm-hmm.
Tawanta.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever been in a fellowship atmosphere, you don't know what the spirit is going to bring up. You don't know what's going to come
Yeah.
up. I mean, you could be talking about marriage, you could be talking about mindset. I mean, all types of things may come up that you don't feel comfortable with being recorded because you don't know what people do with these recordings nowadays,
Right.
so
Absolutely.
yes, and so yes, self care, and it's about getting us, focusing on self-caring ourselves, but it's also about the conversation that we have as well. And we want to make sure that it's a safe space. And what makes a safe space?
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that you're not going to have 1,000 eyes looking later on and holding things
Mm-hmm.
against you. And if there are moments throughout this event that you feel a little vulnerable, that's okay too. Because the child, listen, Tawanta and I would tell you, we both gotten vulnerable, from time to time.
Yeah.
And again,
Absolutely.
having that safe space to know that
Mm-hmm.
uh, you don't have to rewatch that vulnerable part, because it takes you right back to that place.
Yeah. Yeah.
um
Yeah.
I think it's very, very good that we don't record it. So that's what I'm saying, like we're never going to record these events. It's not something that we want to keep stored somewhere, and you know
Absolutely. Oh
that's
my
not,
God. Yeah.
no.
And you know what? And we don't know what the day is going to be like when we
Mm.
actually come
We don't.
together.
And
We
neither does
don't.
the attendees. They don't know if, like I said, they could be sitting there and having fun. The next thing you know, they want to share something private.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So again, we don't know that. So at the end of the day, we want to just make it an environment where you could just be yourself and be transparent, and have fun.
Hmm.
I see sometimes people, when they get around other women, especially other black women, they have that wall up. Girl, you don't need to have no wall up over here. Trust.
No, no.
Trust at all. There's no reason for that.
Yeah, this is a
It is not going
relaxing
to serve
moment.
you either having a
Yeah.
wall up.
Oh yeah, this is a relaxing moment. This is a let loose moment,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and just having fun within your circle of sisters, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And like I said, there's no judgment zone. Everybody is just really having a good time in their own space,
Mm-hmm.
you know, with their own music in the background, with their
Mm-hmm.
glass or whatever they want,
You don't
you
got to be
know.
all dressed up or
You
nothing.
don't. You don't. You
Mm,
don't. You
not at
know.
all.
So yeah, we're excited about
Me
this
too. I'm
weekend.
super
Can't
pumped.
wait to get that thing started,
Yes,
honey.
yes. All
Hey,
right, guys. We appreciate y'all for joining us on this lovely, lovely evening. Again, we're not going to be doing our Sister to Sister Connection show on Saturday. This Saturday, we're going to be kicking off again next Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you join us and tune in there. So, Therese, see us off, sis.
bye.
Ooh. Hit it again, Therese.